friends with male-centered women is really scary because they will throw you in a pool at a pool party if it means getting negative or positive attention.
At a pool party where there's nobody in the pool, you decided to throw your friend inside the pool just because she was twerking and she was getting a lot of attention from men. And because you're a pick me and you're male centered, you were jealous of the attention she was getting from the men and you decided to embarrass her by throwing her into the pool with her phone in her pocket. She cannot swim. You know she cannot swim. She is your friend and you know that she was afraid of the water. In fact, there was nobody in the water. So, and it's a pool party, and I feel like it's a black people pool party. Most of the time, people don't get into the water in black people pool party. They just, when they say it's a pool party, just know that it's few people that will be in the water. In fact, there's possibility that nobody will be in the water. And you pushed her inside, like pushed her because you were jealous of the attention she was getting. This is what we say when we say be careful of pick-me's. Pick-me women, male-centered women are the most dangerous kind of women. In fact, I fear them because they can do anything just for male validation. They can do anything just to get male validation. When they are jealous of you because you're getting some attention from the kind of men that they want, they can do anything. They can sell you out to anybody just to get male validation, just to get the approval they are looking for from a man. There's a viral video going on TikTok, and it's a pool party that I showed you earlier. A friend pushed her in the pool just because she was twerking and she was getting some attention from the black guys that she was interested in. She pushed her friend in the pool. A lot of people are talking about this particular video. Let's go ahead and watch the videos together, then we'll come back and talk about it.
When we get on the internet and we start talking about male-centered women and male-identified women and how they are literally dangerous to themselves and everyone around them, this is what the fuck we are talking about. That was her friend that pushed her in the pool. And if you notice what she was doing when her friend pushed her in the pool, what was she doing? Twerking. So her brain acknowledges, oh, she's getting all the attention. The men are looking at her. Let me do something to embarrass her. Let me do something to embarrass her so that the men will no longer looking at her, not recognizing that that makes her look like a shitty person. Because when they pan the camera, you literally see the dudes standing next to her looking like, what? Like, shorties, you cool? Like, the men are looking at her like, what the fuck? All the women, they pan the camera, the women are looking like, what the fuck? Because why would you do that? That girl had on a sweater. She had her phone in her pocket. And as her friend, you know that. You know that. This is why I say, if you have a friend that every time y'all go out, all she care about is a man, all she care about is finding a man, or even the ones that's in relationships, if they put everything above that man, wasn't there, I don't know the whole situation with the whole like group chat situation, friends that can't go out with their man, dangerous. Women that come on the internet and try to say, use you not having a man as an insult, dangerous. Women that only see value in other women if that woman is attached to a man, dangerous. That's why anytime I'm getting into with somebody and then the first thing they be like, well, but you don't got no man. Oh, you don't value yourself. That's automatically what I see. You need to have a man next to you to quantify your value. That's not me, babe. That's not me. Because the same way y'all think a man can bring you up, that man can bring you down. These bitches are dangerous. Y'all have to stay away from women like this. And when you see a friend that identifies so much with having a man, you have to get away from her. They are dangerous. These are women that will fling you under a bus to get a man's attention. They will put their friends in harm's way. These are the type of women that you will go with them to the club, right? And then they will get the attention from a man, and they will just leave the club and not tell you. You calling them, thinking something's wrong with them, and then come to find out she had some random man crib and then left you there at the club by yourself. Male-centered women are dangerous. Because not only will women like this do this to their friends, I don't think y'all realize male-centered women, some of them become mothers. And a lot of the women that come on here and they talk about how their mothers were jealous of them, their mothers, some women say their mothers like accuse them of having or trying to seduce their boyfriends. Imagine how low your self-esteem has to be. Imagine how male identified you have to be. If you, a grown woman, sees a grown man being attracted to your child and your first thing is, oh, my child is seducing my man. We have to, the same way we always say like men need to hold other men accountable for stuff like this. When it comes to women, and these are the men that the women gravitate to. If you go to a woman's comment section and it's literally nothing but men in there like, protect her at all costs. That hoe dangerous. That hoe dangerous. That hoe dangerous. Watch out for these people. If a woman even gives you the slightest iota that she overly values validation from a man, get away from her.
Has anybody seen the clip of the girl that throws her friend in the pool just so she can get some male attention? That's like absolutely insane. I feel like women that still center men in their lives are not only bad friends, of course, but they're also dangerous to society. They are the type of friends that if there is a man there and he's giving you attention and not her, she will literally degrade you, make fun of you, whatever, if it means making him laugh and happy and him finally giving her attention. Like, there has to be some type of scientific research about this because it is absolutely insane. And remember when I said that they were dangerous to society? It's because they're the type of women that will do the dirty work for a man that's committing a diabolical crime, like an insane crime. They're the ones there witnessing, not caring. They're just like, yeah, like, I'll help you. Don't worry. Like, we're in this together. Like that. And that's insane. Because they will sit there and know about the crime and will defend him on the stand, literally anything. And it could even be against their best friend, against their sister, against anybody. And they won't care or bat an eye because they want to be picked so bad. They want male attention so bad that they don't care what it takes. If that specific man gives them attention, they do not care what it takes. Which is literally so scary. Like, how do you guys not see that as so scary? So when I saw that clip of that girl just pushing her friend, which is so weird because in the beginning, she was hyping her up, whatever, she was dancing, whatever, and then she threw her in the pool, I was like, that was just so unexpected. Like, I would have never guessed that would happen, really, because it's just 1 second to another, she was like, oh my gosh, you know what? Yeah, let me throw her to the pool. And it's like, what? I don't know about you, but I do know about me, and I would never throw my friend in the pool if she did not want me to. Like, what? Especially for a man? I am gonna go cry now.
I stay really far, and I do mean far, away from women who get enjoyment out of embarrassing you, especially when you are in a crowd full of people and those people happen to be a bunch of men. There's a video circulating around about a girl at a pool party who was pushed inside the pool with her vape and her cell phone by her so-called friend. I've had my fair share of negative female friendships enough to realize that being in the presence of a woman who thoroughly enjoys embarrassing you just because we are among men is just not the type of friend I want, need, and or desire. And to see that not only did she, at first she was hyping her up, but you could just tell, just by, if you've been in a situation to where you were either raised by, grew up with, or have had run-ins with women like this, you would know that glare that girl gave her. She had every intention in trying to embarrass her, all because they were in a crowd of a bunch of fucking men. And the only reason why I say that is because of the simple fact that after she pushed her into the pool, it was somebody else from the crowd that helped pull her back up into, where they were standing at. And she just leaned back and was kikiing as if that shit was funny. Now, because nobody was in that pool, anything could have happened to that girl. And the simple fact that you did that to get a fucking kiki is absolutely insane to me. I'm extremely leery, and which is why I'm very limited on who I allow in my space, male or female, but female most definitely. Because of the simple fact that I know exactly what male-centered women do, how they think, how they move. It's absolutely disgusting. And I just try to stay away from women like that, and most people should. Male-centered women are extremely dangerous. End of the story. It doesn't matter who the male is, just the presence of a man, just because he's a man or just because he has a separate body part than us, literally is like their screws are completely loosened. I really hope after that situation that girl was not friends with her anymore. She don't talk to her. And honestly and truthfully, you could tell she not really the type to really fight like that. But she was about ready to take it there with her. I really hope and pray that she got the fuck away from that girl, because that is sick. Male-centered women have to be the most dangerous individuals on this fucking world, which is why I stay very far clear away from them. Family or not, I stay far the fuck away from women who thoroughly enjoy embarrassing you just because of the simple fact that you are in the presence of a man. I'm cool.
One thing that I'm too old for is that male-centered frenemy. This is a bit of a story time. I have a girlfriend that I've known for 20 years. I call her one of my day ones. We speak off and on. We go through periods of like always seeing each other, and then we, go through busy lifeness and we stop seeing each other. My mom passed away a couple of years ago, and I went through a really rough patch. Not only did my mother pass away, I almost died of a heart attack. I was at the end of my contract with my job, and I was beefing with my family, which caused me not to speak to my son. Every other week, this girl would call me and check up on me, and I was always under the assumption that she was checking up on me because she cared about my well-being. But I started to notice some weird stuff about her that said, no, that's not what she's doing. She was in this weird situationship for about a decade with this guy, which thank God I never met and had no interest in meeting. And she would say things to me like, you would be the type of girl that he would walk directly to if we were in a room at a party. And I would be like, oh, okay, so what's the point of saying that? So she was a little weird like that. And I noticed that over time, when she would call me, it almost felt like she was going through a checklist of like my problems to see if I still had them. And every time I would tell her, well, I'm working things out and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, she would respond in a way that made me feel like she didn't believe that I was okay. It was weird. It was really, really weird. So I started to like dial back and stop telling her my problems, because I felt like her calls really emphasized on my problems. It would be like, well, you're still not talking to your family? Oh, and your son? And then she would compare herself to me and say things like, well, I talk to my son. Thank God I have a great relationship with my family. Or if I would say something like, I'm going through this, I'm at the end of my contract, for example, at my job, I got to look for a job. She'd be like, thank God I don't have those problems. I've had a secure job for 20 years. Like, this is how she would respond to me. So I made the conscious decision to really dial back and telling her my business. And I started to realize that her calling me wasn't so much out of concern. It was more out of keeping tabs. Because, for example, when I had positive things to say about her, she'd keep the conversation short. Simple things. When I would send her pictures of my grandchildren, not even a heart emoji. Not even a heart emoji. Because that wasn't interesting to her. She would be more engaged when I was speaking about my trauma and about what I have going on. So now that my life will never be perfect. Okay, let's start with that. I'm going to always go through highs and lows because life be lifing. And I'm not blessed with the generational wealth, or I'm at an advantage that a lot of people in this world are. I've come from a really rough, traumatic background. And even though I'm working through it and I'm happy with my life and content with things are, I'm going to have my moments of like craziness. You know what I'm saying? But the difference between myself and most people is that I know how to dust myself off and keep it moving. And for people like that, that is unimaginable. And I think that people like that have issues with people like myself who carry those qualities. So I'm just telling you guys a story to say that with people sometimes you really need to be careful, whether or not they're calling you out of concern or they're calling you just to keep tabs so they can compare their lives to yours because they feel a certain type of way about your ability to move forward through tough times, and to limit your business, to be quite honest, if you sense that you're dealing with that type of person. And that's my 2 cents of the day.
And if you friends with a male-centered woman, just know you can't depend on her. You can't depend on her. As soon as that nigga say something, she gone. Your ass could be going through the biggest heartbreak, biggest loss, or you can be having the biggest win. Like you want to celebrate that you got a raise or something. If that nigga call and want to do something for her, she gone. She gone. She don't give a fuck about your win or your loss. She so wrapped around the nigga, and when the nigga do some fuck shit, there she go. Back your friend. But then when she get a new nigga, it's the same shit over again. You can't be friends with people like that. I used to be a person like that. You cannot be friends with people like that until they fucking learn.
Being friends with male-centered women is really scary because they will throw you in a pool at a pool party.
Y'all, I just saw the video and it is so much worse. The video that I just stitched gives a great perspective on the bitch that was the friend, the alleged friend, right? And the comments really blew my mind too, because there was somebody saying something about a bride who got pushed in the pool during her bachelorette party and was paralyzed. Because you know that man didn't marry her after that, probably. Because you know how men are. He didn't sign up for a paralyzed bride. Like, you know he probably didn't marry her, but I could be wrong. But back to this video. If you look, I think it's called Pink Dress Pool Party. If you type that in the search, you'll see a pool party with a bunch of black people around it. And most of the videos have somebody doing the green screen commentary on it. Look for the one with the black girl with the slick down ponytail and a part in the middle. That's the one where I got the best angle. Let me tell you how bad this situation really, really was. It was so much worse, you guys. So from the point of view of the camera, what we have is a girl. I could have sworn she was wearing a sweater, whatever. But there was a girl, the victim, we'll call her. She was barely twerking. It was kind of like the favorite part of her song came on, kind of a twerk, like, oh, hey, this is my part. And when I tell you she is right up on the chest of whoever was filming her, obviously probably one of their friends, but she's like right up on her chest, like practically holding on to her because her back is to the pool. And anybody who does that, I don't need a mental health degree to know that this person is holding on like that and stand close to this person like that because they don't want to fall in the pool. They can't swim. So she's dancing, but she's being very careful. Now, to the left of the camera person is a black girl. I believe she had a white bikini, but I know she had braids. To the right of the camera person is the bitch, the alleged friend, the bitch. Okay? Now, the bitch and the victim are Latina. At least they look Latina. To the right of the bitch are a bunch of black men. You see where this is going. You do see where this is going. I will always believe that that Latina girl was trying to get the attention of the black man standing beside her. This is a predominantly black pool party, so you know they was looking at the sisters. But she clearly wanted some attention. Now that girl twerking, she was fully covered. And men, for some reason, they prefer the girls that are fully covered because, you know, there's a little mystery to it or whatever. So they was probably checking her out, probably had been checking her out before she started twerking and started feeling herself. So little Miss Jealous saw this shit and decided to make her move. And what a move it was. So when the girl goes to push her in the pool, it wasn't like a like intrusive thought, I had to do it. No. She put her back into it. I'm not exaggerating. Oh God, look, go watch it. She puts her back into it and shoves her in. And if you're able to do slow motion on TikTok, I don't know if you can. Maybe you have to pause it. But the look on her face was like she always wanted to get this bitch. I promise you, she put her back into the shove, and the look on her face was, I always hated you, kind of a look. And then she backs all the way up. This heifer tries to abscond. And I'm like, where are you going? Y'all probably came together. And that's when it hits me. This bitch's plan was to shove her in the fucking water. Now she's soaked. Her phone is wet. She can't call an Uber. She probably don't know nobody there. And then she was going to disappear into the party. That girl was going to have to go home now because she's soaked and, you know, all of her shit's fucked up. So she was going to ditch her at the party after she done got her all fucked up. She was now going to have to leave to go get her shit together. And now she's at the party by herself, which is what she really wanted. No competition. That's what I believe. Because why would you back up and try to hide? Bitch, we came together. But I'm going to tell you something that I didn't notice the first couple of times I watched this video to get all these perspectives. I didn't hear what the black man said the first couple of times. Let me tell you what happened after that. So listen carefully, turn it up, right? Because when she shoves her, immediately, I don't even know if the girl had hit the water yet, I hear, you ain't shit, from one of the black dudes. And I think I heard something like, you know, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because it was lower than that. Like somebody else said something while he was saying that. But it was clearly disapproval from the black man she was trying to impress. It was immediate. It was like, shove, you ain't shit. And it wasn't like, girl, you ain't shit. No, it was like, you ain't shit. And I think what happened is she shoves her, backs up, all them dudes turned to look at her and was telling her she ain't shit. I think she froze. Like, oh, this is not going the way I thought it was going to go. I thought that by making her, basically knocking her down a peg, y'all, I would be free to flirt with y'all, but y'all just seen me do that, and y'all looking at me like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now the girl with the camera, she's trying to get to her, trying to help her out. So the camera's going everywhere, and because the camera's going everywhere, I'm able to see the black girl to the left, and the black girl helps pull her out, but the look on the black girl's face was like, to the bitch. And the look on the black man's face, they looked at her like she was evil incarnate. The black girl looked at her like, if this bitch whoop your ass, I'ma help her. In fact, when she realizes that she has not only not impressed people, she has just made people not want to have shit to do with her, she comes back at the last second and she now has fear in her eyes. Mind you, the girl who went in the pool looked like she was about to die because she can't swim. Now the girl who pushed her in has got this look, because it didn't go the way she thought it would go. And she's over there trying to, people say, oh, she took forever to help her. She wasn't taking forever to help her. She was trying to bounce. She was trying to disappear. And when she realized that wasn't going to work out, here she come back. But by then, she had already been helped by the black girl. And she's trying to whisper and trying to keep the girl quiet. Because now the girl, she about to snap. Get the fuck off me. Don't fucking touch me. I should beat your ass. I was like, and should. That was a valid reaction. In fact, I don't think you reacted loud enough. So now here come the friend like, I'm sorry. I did. Shh. No, bitch, ain't no shush. Ain't no shush. Child, these men-centered women are the absolute fucking worst. But I'm so glad that this happened to this girl at a black pool party, because there is a collective understanding that you don't push people in the pool at a black pool party for two reasons. Number one, you're going to mess up their fit. And number two, not everybody can swim, especially within the black community. Yes, it's a stereotype, but it's also true. But we do know how to swim. But at a pool party, most of the people there can't swim. And the rest don't want to get wet because, they just got their shit together, especially the trope about black women and our hair. It's just unspoken rule. You don't push nobody in the water, period, whether they can swim or not, especially at a black pool party. So here's this Latina woman thinking she's doing something special. She did one of the worst fucking things you could do with a black pool party. So now she's the pariah. She was trying to make her friend basically just be nothing. And she wound up being nothing. I sincerely hope she beat that bitch's ass.
Did you guys see that girl who went to the pool party with her friends and the pool party was packed? There was people everywhere and nobody, not one single person, was in the pool until the girl's friends pushed her in. Outfit and all, she was not in a bathing suit. In front of everyone, they shoved one girl in the pool. I personally would never do that to one of my friends. I would never do that to one of my friends. And if one of my friends pushed me in a pool, outfit and all? But what do you guys think? Because some of the comments were like, it's a pool party. It's not that serious. Ooh, you got pushed in a pool. Even if it wasn't that serious, why'd you pick me? Why'd you push me in the pool? Why didn't you push her in the pool? How would you react?
Did y'all see the video of the girl who had pushed her homegirl into the pool? And it wasn't nobody in the pool, but they was at a pool party. So her homegirl was just dancing, drinking, got her phone out, recording herself, obviously feeling herself. Now her hating ass homegirl took it upon herself to go ahead and push the girl in the pool with her cell phone in her hand, and then tried to act blindsided as to why she don't know why the girl came out the pool and was mad. See, friends like that are the type of friends that get you around men and be like, oh yeah, because you'll give me my shirt. Friends like that are the ones that hang with you every day but secretly hate you. And I know, like, a lot of people be acting like, oh, she ain't mean, like, the comments just threw me. Oh, she ain't mean like that. It's a pool party. She could have got wet. No. If nobody else was in the pool, if you wanted somebody to get in the pool, baby, you get in. You pushed the girl in the pool because you was a hater. Like, I can't stand hoes that don't like to see their homegirl shine. Like, that weird energy to sit around people and know you don't like them, I never understand. I ain't never been around no bitch that I can't even fake like nobody. Like, I can't do it. The way y'all sit around people and know y'all don't like them and then be trying to shine on them or embarrass them when y'all get somewhere because you ain't getting all the attention you want need to be studied. You girls are weird.
The worst kind of friend you can ever have is a male-centered friend. We did this video 2 days ago where we talk about male-centered friendship. This is an example of a male-centered friend. You are at a party enjoying yourself. They can see that you're enjoying yourself. In fact, she was hyping you, and that is what they do. They act like they're girls, girl. They act like they got your back, but at the end of the day, they don't get your back. They are jealous of you. They are angry at you that you're getting all the attention. When you're out with a male-centered friend and you're the one that men around the area is looking at, there's a problem. Or probably somebody comes to acknowledge or appreciate your beauty. They always laugh it out and, want to make it look like you're not that beautiful. Or they just make it, there's a way they do, like it's just very annoying. I don't know if you've been with male centered friend. For me, I have, and I know how annoying it is. And because you're a person that have decentered men, when you see them, you're like, what is your problem? Like, what is wrong with you? It annoys you. Those kind of behavior and character annoys you a lot because they just want to do everything just to get men to like them. They just want to do anything just to get a man to like them. They can lie, they can pretend, they'll change their voices, they'll change the way they speak, they'll change the way they, just because they just want that male attention. And when you guys are out, all they want to think about is, oh, I've not got a guy talk to me. Oh, there's a guy. That is all they talk about. All they think about, all they talk about, all they want in their life is a man. They don't want to have any other conversation. They don't want to have any other thing in life. It's just to talk about men, man, man, man. And it's very exhausting and it's annoying. Just like one of the creators said, male centered women are also the women that grew up to be mothers. They are the kind of women that you see that when grown adults come to talk about their narcissist mom or their jealous mom, sometimes I'm like, how can your mom be jealous of you? At the point, I didn't know that was a thing until I started listening to people talk about these things. And I know that, wow. So there are also mothers that are jealous of their daughters. I've seen videos, in fact, we've done videos of the daughter will come out and cry and be like, my mom's boyfriend is trying to try advances on me and my mom is sending me out of the house because she feels like I'm the one seducing her boyfriend. And you hear the mom in the background, yeah, get out of my house, get out of my house, B. You're the one did your daughter, your boyfriend, your daughter. You pick your boyfriend over your daughter. Or the ones that would give birth to daughters just for their husbands to grape them. A lot. These are male centered women. They are so dangerous, you guys. They are so dangerous. I don't even know how to explain it. Anything could have happened to her in the water. What if nobody could actually draw her out, or she drowned, or she did not, her leg was not touching the ground? Anything could have happened. Her phone now is messed up. What if her phone is not protected or something? Anything could have happened. She knew what she was doing. This was not a funny thing. It was not something that was funny, like, oh, I'm going to throw you inside water. Oh, I'm going to throw. It was not a joke. It was not something you guys were joking about or anything. She's just dancing and you pushed her with the intention of, I'm going to embarrass you. She, you cannot swim and you're getting all your attention. I'm going to push you so that I'll be the one that will get all the attention. Pick me women are the ones that once you tell them about something that a man did to you that was very bad, what they look out for is what you did wrong. If you tell a male centered woman that I was raped or I was assaulted, or they'll tell you, what were you putting on? Why did you go out that late at night? These are the women that they always want to make the men feel good. They're always the one in the midst of men. And once a man is talking down on a woman, they are always, saying the same thing. And you will never see them praise women. You see them talking down on women like that. This set of women are very dangerous. And I personally feel like if you have a friend that is male centered and you know that the friend is male centered, you have to be very careful with that kind of friendship. Is always is very possible, or if it's possible for you to end the friendship, just end it. But if you can't, just be very careful and know where you go to with this set of people, because I feel like they can actually, you know, do something very dangerous. Because I'm actually thinking that if you go out with them and you're having drinks, or probably a guy, and the things that men can actually they can sense a male-centered woman. Once they sense that your friend is male-centered and she's a pick me, they go talk to her and be like, put something in your friend's drink because we want to do something to her. She's going to accept it because she wants validation from those men. She's happy that men are talking to her. That's what gives her joy. So she's going to do it. Anyways, what is your take on this video? Let's have conversation in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, it's your girl Mara Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.